on TikTok. Or it's going live on TikTok right now.
Oh.
Oh, see, so if we sign up for this, the donations will come in on the 15th of each month for the previous month.
Oh, okay.
Leo, what are you doing?
Morning, Anita.
Good morning. Penny, you leave it. Morning. It's a Chihuahua heaven. Does anyone want it? You can have it. Except for Gus.
Hi from Maine.
I love my Gus.
Mike says party, party, party.
It's always a party here. It's a party. Get ready. So we're going to go live on Facebook, and then we're going to do a couple quick announcements, and then we're just going to go see animals. Animal. So, Penny, leave it. We'll get going. So, you want to go live on
Good morning.
Facebook too?
Yeah.
Please.
Beep.
Everyone always needs so much attention. Dolly and Darwin. I guess we can start here and then go down to sloths.
We could.
So we're going to make a couple quick announcements coming up here. So.
Hi.
Good morning. The sun is shining. Good morning to you. All right, we are going to get going. So a couple announcements. This is kind of exciting.
Morning, Joy.
So first of all, we want to thank everybody first that for the complete overwhelming amount of support. You guys, we're just shy of $60,000 right now in our ultimate goal. We are currently working on a $5,000 matching, and to be quite honest, Holly and I are really tired of asking for money, so we just wanted to do a day of animals.
Except I am changing our goal.
Oh, yeah, we still want, any gifts that you guys send in are also contributing to helping our organization, so very grateful for those on TikTok.
Why didn't it change it?
You have to save it.
Because you know what we haven't done in a long time?
Wieners.
Hot dog.
So how our day's going to kind of work, we are going to be live for about an hour. We're going to get through some of the animals, and then we're going to come back on after I have my salad and stuff like that. So anyway, but yeah, so we're going to do quick announcements real quick. So first of all, we're almost $60,000 to our ultimate goal of $100,000. This will get us through to the permitting process. Feeling good about the permits, to be quite honest. Again, if you guys show up on our behalf, I need something from you, and this is very, very, very important. You have to not withhold your emotion, but withhold your anger, please. I know that this has been a really long, frustrating road for all of us right now, and you guys just want nothing more than us to be open so that we can provide once again for these amazing creatures. But what I need from you is I need it to be fact, and I need it to be kindness. So please, 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 please be kind. Even when I'm going to be under attack on the stand and all that kind of stuff by Perkins, it doesn't matter. What it comes down to the end of the day, it comes down to the law. And we're not breaking the law, and what we're doing is great, and they will see that, and we'll go from there. And we have stuff to play. So I'm not concerned about that, okay? So just please take my lead. Please see how I handle things. You probably will see me get emotional just because this has been a really long thing, and it probably will hit me all at once in that moment. I'm okay with you getting emotional, but I'm not okay with you being mean. So please just don't be mean. That's all I ask. Kindness is so important to me because you're representing us in the organization, and we're here to bring a good message to the community of why animals are important. That's why we're here.
I got both your backs, of course. Kindness is always a key. Will Ashley's attorney be present?
One of them will be present. My land use attorney will be present. I don't know if my other attorney will be able to make that. I don't know if I can afford to have both of them up there.
Hulk smash is going to happen off the camera.
Yeah, you know what?
Thank you, Tina's Crazy
Everyone's
Life.
entitled to their opinion. That's why when trolls come on here, like Frogtoad Mayor Man 3654, I'm not, more power to you. If that's what makes your world go round, I'm really sorry because you must have a miserable life. But like, we're not here to judge that. So anyway, why I'm going live too is to tell you guys some exciting news. Also, we are going to be having another auction come up, and I'm going to show you guys a sneak peek of what's coming to eBay. eBay charities. So we are a charity program through eBay. So the money that gets spent on eBay is for the organization for charity. So let me get in here real quick.
So I'm not sure what you're referring to of when it's happening. Our court date is August 23rd and 25th, and the auction is starting
Friday. Or, well, maybe tonight. I don't know. It will be soon. I want it to be going by the time... There's only 3 pieces, and it's the biggest pieces we've ever offered. It's a 17 by 24 of Zeus. Lexi's original that she actually rolled in and did all that, which is really exciting. And a Spagoats. An Odie.
Oh, Odie's footprints are so cute.
So I'm going to show you guys what's coming. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek here. Let me go to my downloads.
Thank you, Anita, for reminding us. Don't forget about that raffle.
The raffle is going right now. Thank you for everyone who has sent. So this is a Lexi original right here. This is her rolling all through there. That's her claw marks going through. These are all of her paw prints. Now this will not be matted. It will be shipped out rolled. It's the safest way for us to send this, and you get it without creases and stuff on it. So there's the Lexi original. Let me see if it'll let me go to the next one or if I have to exit out of this. I think I gotta exit out.
And Dawn says...
There's a close-up of it.
I'm behind you 100%.
Thank you, Dawn. There's that Lexi original. Here's a Spagoats 17 by 24. Look at those little beans.
He has these little jelly bean toes. They're so cute.
And then you can go and do, mat this however you feel fit. This is your piece of artwork. Look at those beans.
You wouldn't expect that, but it's total jelly beans.
So Odie Spaghetti is our skunk. We're going to go see lots of animals here, guys, in just a minute. I just want to make these quick announcements so we can just go enjoy the animals. This is a Zeus original, the fire and artwork that he did. And look at this. This is pretty remarkable. So this is all Zeus's goodness. Now I'll show you kind of how we do it so you understand what we do for the animals for this. Where's my...
And Tina's Crazy Life says she's putting together an area on her property for abandoned wolf dog hybrids.
Oh, get all the right permits, because if you don't, they'll shut you down quicker than fire. All right, here we go. Anyway, here we go. So this is Lexi working on that original piece of artwork. Such beautiful artwork. Good girl, Lexi. So this is her making that piece of art.
Lexi artwork right there. Good girl. Don't take it. Good girl.
So she just rolled all over it. This is her original, and you will get photos, beautiful photos of Lexi with the
artwork, Lexi.
One of my favorite photos is actually Lexi right after she did this.
Yeah, I actually I downloaded it to put on the auction here. Get into my finder.
She is a wolf dog hybrid.
Yeah, she's a high content wolf dog. All of our animals here are high content, so that's not the right one that I wanted. Did I not send it? So you can see that she got done. This isn't my favorite one, but she got done painting by rolling in the paint, all temper paint, all safe for them. So those will be the 3 original pieces of artwork that are going to be available up for auction. And we are getting that ready because guess what? We are going to be on 4 radio stations on Sunday.
That we are.
And our podcast is being released through the radio station. And we will be posting all those links for you guys so you can listen to it. So please go support the radio station who reached out to us and asked if we wanted to do a story. So please support them by listening to it. We will release all the times and the stations and all of that kind of stuff for you guys, which we're really excited about. So let's go see some animals, but that's it. We have 40,000 more to go. We have $20,000 or $3,000 left to go for our 5,000 matching that's due on Friday. And oh God, never mind. Sorry. So let me check my email.
Okay, while you take that pause, Tina's Crazy Life says she lives near Mount Rainier, And people dump puppies all the time, whether pit bull, wolf dog hybrids, or Pyrenees. That's really sad.
That's very sad. That's very, very sad. If you guys find yourself into, if you're in the state of Washington, and you find yourself into a problem and you don't want to raise puppies and you don't want those puppies and you're frustrated with those puppies, I will take them. Call me. 360-770-7479. I will place them. I will get them to the proper facility. I will get them to the proper place. Do not release it. I do not care if it's puppies, kittens, red-eared sliders, iguanas, snakes. I don't care what it is before you release that because you feel that's the best thing for the animal because you don't want to take care of it.
It's not.
No judgment here. I have no judgment. I have taken massively neglectful situations. There is no judgment here. Call me and I will get them placed.
I don't know where Morton's at. Do you know where Morton, Washington is?
No. I don't. Is it over in Eastern Washington?
I'm assuming it's near Mount Rainier.
Oh. I mean, it sounds familiar, but...
she is.
Huh?
Packwood, I'm not familiar with the area down there.
Yeah, we're kind of... So Mortensen, I'm just looking it up here so I can see where we're at. Oh, you're over by Mossy Rock. I did shows over at Mossy Rock, believe it or not. Mossy Rock, I did an elementary school there when I was very, very young. Yeah, so... Yeah, you're down by Mossy Rock. People aren't going to know where that's at either. No. But it is...
I don't.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's a place that you would know.
Nikki wishes we were in Pennsylvania.
I wishing I was anywhere else but Washington right now.
Tina's Crazy Life says she has friends on the Mossy Rock Fire Department.
Oh, see, small world, small world. The school there is like 20 kids. It's a very, very small, cute little town. It is like straight down Holly. It's like in the middle, like not in the middle of the state. It's not Eastern Washington, but it's like straight down from Seattle, Tacoma, off of Vancouver, like past Vancouver. Or above Vancouver.
And she's also a volunteer firefighter.
Oh, it's by Castle Rock. Oh, well, thank you for your... It's over, like, Centralia, and then it's over here.
And Tracy says down where she grew up.
What, Mossy Rock?
I'm assuming.
Oh, see, small world. Anyway, let's go see some animals. We're going to show you what we do. We're going to show you what you're supporting and what you're supporting. I woke up in a really good mood. I've had some really strange dreams lately. I've been taking magnesium to help me sleep because everyone has a magnesium deficiency. And so I've been taking it to feel better, and it's been helping. So anyway, what I was going to say is I woke up and I was just like, you know what? People just need to see the animals today. So that's what we're going to do. So how our day's going to go is we're going to start with the marmosets, and then I'm going to take the camera, and Holly's going to show you the sloths, and we're going to switch back and forth, and we're going to educate you about all the animals that are here at our compound, and we're going to stay away from the lawsuit and litigation. We're going to show you what we do, and what we do really, really well.
Yes, that is one of our merchandise shirts that she is wearing. It's our Animal Army.
Animal Army, and these are all of our animals that April put in there for us. So
Anita started using a magnesium spray yesterday.
Hey, let me know how that works. I actually saw that the other day, and I was like, I'm curious because you put it under your armpits and you put it on the bottom of your feet.
Really?
Yeah, so because you absorb it quickly.
I'd be interested in that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we need it. I don't need an energy drink, but I'm going to have one. Anyway, so.
My coffee is down in my cabinet.
We're not going to be there for a while.
I know.
Okay, so we're going to start right here with our marmosets. These are common marmosets. These are found in Central America. These guys right here are full grown. Unfortunately, what happens with marmosets is people buy these thinking they're amazing pets, but the reality is all primates are illegal in the state of Washington, so these were turned over by a government authority to us and transferred up by a sanctuary for us to take care of for the rest of its life. They have so much food.
But they're not staying still, and they like these.
Oh.
It's more for the camera.
You want this? So yes, we can handle them. Yes, we can take them out. Yes, they do come out of this enclosure, but they actually quite enjoy. He's not very happy with this. You want to reach in yourself and get it?
They're like, it's not the cheese.
It's not cheese.
They're
not
cheese.
Impressed with this at all. Anyway.
They're the only ones who've been eating it, so I leave it right there.
So anyway, these guys here, if you ever considering getting a marmoset, please don't. I'll tell you why. Yes, they're cute. Yes, they're fuzzy. Yes, they are trainable and just super adorable. But they are, when they start putting their bottoms on the cages and start peeing all out of the cages, and when they pee and poo everywhere and have no control over it, and there's no little diapers for these kind of guys, just don't. It's not worth it. The cheapest thing you're going to do is buy the marmoset, which they go for about $5,000 to $10,000 a piece. We do not like to put a monetary value on our animals because they're all important no matter of that in our eyes. But you're going to spend that kind of money. If a new law and regulation passes, there's a chance that you may lose this animal that you've put the investment into. And we really do want to see these guys out in the wild. You know, we don't want them to be in cages. We actually want them to be able to be out in Central America and enjoying all the bugs and grub and stuff that they would, you know, enjoy there. They're also very, very high maintenance. And there's a lot of things you have to know about marmosets, like that they can't have certain antibiotics. You also have to be really careful with them. They can't have cockroaches because cockroaches carry diseases and pesticides that can actually affect the marmoset by eating it, and they can transfer it through that. They're susceptible to they're susceptible to things that we are, right? So they actually did testing of COVID on marmosets with vaccinations and stuff. They're very, very sensitive. If we have a cold or if we have a cough or anything like that, we do not go around them because they can catch it and they can actually die from the common cold. So you have to be careful.
Are they a member of the lemur family?
They're in the primates. So they're considered a New World monkey. They're not as smart and clever as like what you would see in a normal primate. So they classify those as a New World monkey. They actually don't classify them as a monkey. It's really overly complicated for the fact that they look like a monkey and they act like one. So, right? You're very cute though. Yes, you are. You're very cute. Okay, now Holly's gonna take you down the sloths.
Yay.
Go, Holly, go. Go. They are very cute. Is that your Red Bull or mine?
Yours. I drink all mine. Someone's very excited.
Oh, it's a good day right there.
Darling.
It's gonna be a good day, good day. Okay, let's go see some more animals, shall we?
Do it.
If you're a single owner, how do you would mask up? You would mask up and you would keep your distance. I mean, you can drop food bowls and water, but you're not going to be handling them while you're sick. Just kind of same thing with your kids, right?
I'm really hoping that if you do own a marmoset, you already know those precautions to take. I'm going to assume not, since they're usually sold at fairs.
Yeah. Human animals don't use tools either. Ashley's common human option.
Anywho, so we're going to go meet,
That's
I
good
don't know
one.
which sloth is out front.
It's probably a Dodge. I don't think he's switched them. Oh, do you need me to grab him?
Probably.
Are you too short?
Make sure it goes down.
Uh-huh. I'm short too.
You're taller than me.
You can buy a couple.
Yep, you got to grab him. So when Adagio is up top, I am too short to grab him even when I stand on that ledge.
Hi. Oh. Hi, Rihan.
Oh, is it Rion?
I think so. Hi.
She's going to love coming outside for a few minutes.
I was wondering why you were so like what are you usually Dodgio's like grabbing my hand going, let's go. You're a little bit more cautious.
I'm a little bit taller than you, Joy, but not by much. I'm 5'3".
Oh my god, true, your toenails, little girl. Don't get mad. She's like, I don't want to go in the back. Ooh, sorry, honey. You just parachuted off there. Come here, baby. Up and over.
Yeah, it was never my desire to work with primates when I was going to school, so I didn't really learn a whole lot about them.
Rion.
Hi, Miss Rion.
Rion hasn't come out for a long time.
Thank you, Stephanie. Yes, Jessica, I like your measurement too. I like to be 5'9".
Okay, let me go grab my Red Bull real quick. Sorry, guys. Important. This, and I gotta shut the door so that they stay warm in here. Oh. Okay, let's learn about some sloths, shall we?
Why, hello. So I haven't done this in a really long time, so yeah, it's gonna be fun. This is Rion. She is a two-toed sloth. Now, a lot of people who used to come on our tours would be like, but she has 3 toes. That's because you don't count their back toes. All sloths have 3 toes in their back toes. You count their front toes. So she does have 2 toes here. Now, when it comes to captivity, you're more likely going to find those 2-toed sloths compared to those 3-toed sloths. 3-toed sloths are incredibly hard to keep basically alive in captivity.
Chloe.
They're not really sure why, but this is going to be your most common one. These guys are really built to do what they do, and they do it very, very well. So you see, if she is hanging upside down, she can hang up there for hours. She can fall asleep hanging up there. It's because she's not using muscle. She never gets tired. It's all tendons. So if she were to die up in that canopy, they'll find her 2 or 3 weeks still holding on tight until it finally just releases. These guys do have one of the most lean muscle masses of any animal here on Earth. They actually bob on in water like a little cork. And if they do get in water, it's a little bit too turbulent that they can't get out of, they can actually hold their breath upwards to 40 minutes. It's pretty incredible. Now, she is quite clean because we don't really have, she takes daily, or not daily, but weekly baths here. They love water. But in the wild, you'll see that they actually have a hint of green to them. That's actually a special algae that grows only on sloths. You cannot find that anywhere else in the world. They also have a special moth colony inside their hair. Hi, honey. Hi. It's been so long. I'm like off my groove. Hi, honey. So these guys, out of the 6 species of sloth, 2 are actually on that endangered species list, and that's due to human encroachment and the fact that they're really slow and everything will try and get them. Even people will get them as bushmeat to stay fed.
What did you show me today?
What do you mean?
What did you show me today? Their #1 predator.
Oh, the harpy.
Oh my god!
I found a video of harpy eagles and I showed it to Ashley, and they're taller than me.
No, they show it snatching a sloth out of a tree like it's a guinea pig.
But have you guys seen Harry Potter? You know the hippogriffs up there? They literally look like hippogriffs in the face, and it's crazy.
Good girl.
Throw me off my... But their #1 predator is a harpy eagle. Those guys are pretty gnarly, but we're not talking about harpy eagles.
Jeremy is at an appointment, and nope, it's Holly and I today.
Yep. Sorry, I'm your backup sloth person. You made me lose my train of thought.
Sorry. This is...
yes. So they actually...
It's harder than it looks, isn't it?
Well, I'm on my game now.
November.
I haven't done it in 17 months.
August 23rd and 25th.
So in order for them to stay safe, they have to stay up in that canopy. Now, they do come down for a couple different reasons. If they cannot reach that other tree branch or that other tree, they will come down and they'll kind of do like an army crawl across the ground. Most sloths do that army crawl. If you've ever met Adagio or watched our Adagio video, he is possessed because he doesn't do an army crawl. He spider monkeys it all the way over.
It's terrifying.
And then the other reason they come down is to go to the bathroom. Now, they only make this trip once a week, and they lose about 1/3 of their body weight. It's pretty incredible. They'll hold it all up there. For some reason, they won't let it go up top. They have to come down and do it. Sweetie. So because they do spend most of their lives upside down, all their internal organs are actually inverted from ours. And I learned an interesting fact the other day is some of them are actually fused to the spine so they don't flip.
And
if she were to...
Sorry, go ahead.
If she were to stay right side up for too long, that stomach would flip and she could die of a twisted stomach. So they do spend, even when they're eating, upside down for majority of the time.
It also allows their organs to not put pressure on their other organs from hanging. It's noon on Wednesday.
Noon.
The wolves are going to howl for you. Do they make sounds, Holly?
I mean, not really. They'll click every once in a while. What's pretty awesome, though, is their teeth. So their teeth have no enamel on them, and they're angled inwards, and they're continually growing. So they're kind of self-sharpening. These guys have needle-point teeth. If they were to just graze it across your skin, it would just slice it right open.
Very sharp. What do they eat?
So they eat vegetation, plants and things. Some of the vegetation down in South America is so dense, it can actually take up to 30 days to go through their entire system. Huh. But they are omnivores technically, so they'll eat like lizards and eggs. Not a whole lot, but they will eat that stuff in the wild as well. Berries, they have to stay away from too many of them will actually cause that tooth decay because they have no enamel in that tooth.
I think our wolves are broken.
I'm waiting for the howl.
Nothing. Do you know, I think
I'm doing a tour, so I don't want to interrupt it.
But I also think that they just are like...
They're hot.
No, they're giving the lawsuit a big old middle finger, like, we howl when we want.
Exactly. Exactly.
Does Rion like hugs?
Not really. These guys don't really like to be hugged. When you see someone carrying them around like a teddy bear, it's really rare. If you saw Ashley bringing her out, they kind of carried them by the legs because they don't like to be touched. If they are stressed out though, their heart or their bodies will release a hormone that'll start damaging their heart. So we try to keep them pretty stress free. If they don't want to be held or anything like that, we leave them alone. One of their cutest little features though. Can I see your ear?
She hates her ears.
I know.
She hates her ears
Little
to be.
ears.
She's like, I don't like them.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry.
She's like,
I'm
stop
sorry.
it.
We'll push it back over. I'm sorry.
Don't mess with my hair.
So Rion is by far one of the sweetest sloths I've ever worked with. Absolutely love this little girl.
How did we get her?
So we actually got her through a confiscation. A lady kind of had a South American experience in another state. Moved. No?
It was here.
Oh, I thought.
Oh, sorry. You're right. Keep going. Nope. Yes, her original is another state.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
And moved everything over here without the proper permits. So authorities confiscated the animals. We held them for evidence until her court case was over. It is officially over, and she didn't get her animals back. So they now reside here, getting the best possible care they absolutely can ever have. What we want to do is one day want to put up a huge pole barn so they have those 30-foot ceilings to crawl up to the top when they want to be there. But because of this lawsuit and being shut down, everything's put on hold.
Do they move any faster?
So for the most part, they're pretty slow because of that slow metabolism. But when they need to be fast, they can be really, really fast. It actually surprises you. When you're thinking of like the movie Zootopia, the slow sloth, that's going to be that 3-toed sloth. But when they're moving like that, that means they're not stressed out. They're just kind of going from place to place. And it's really rare for them not to have 3 points of contact, which is why they're able to stay up in the canopy for long periods of time and not worry about falling.
Oh, those are the birds. That's what's making the noise.
Oh. It's her noise. That's what she makes.
God, can you imagine?
Oh,
we wouldn't have sloths.
I never want to work in the sloth house again.
Yeah, so they also are practically blind in the sunshine.
They are. Oh, hi, honey. Thanks, my dog.
So she has really, really bad vision, so she can't tell the depth perception between her and Holly.
Mm-hmm. What'd you drop? She's also looking for those grapes that I normally hand her. It's very rare I get to go in the sloth house, but when I do, I always give her a grape.
Do they need brushed?
So, not really. We do give them baths because fleas can be a problem out here. Adagio likes to be brushed. She doesn't really like to be brushed. I know, I don't have any grapes. I don't have any.
How do you sex them?
So you have to do DNA testing because all their sexual organs are actually inside of them.
Yes.
The only reason we know Adagio is a boy is because he decided to present himself on our glass window.
Over and over and over again.
It was very long. What, 2-3 weeks?
Oh my god. 2-3 weeks. He does it every time he goes down the hallway now. Little bugger.
I haven't been able to work in there in over a year. I don't know.
That's true. That's true.
I got the wolf gig and I got kicked out.
I know. It's such a glorious day. Holly, you got the wolves. See ya. No, I'm just kidding.
Should we put you? I know you're enjoying the sunshine, but we have eagles and hawks here, and I don't want to take the chance. Should we go see another animal?
Yep, another animal. Here we go.
Don't go to where I can't reach you.
That's exactly where she's going.
Come on, I know.
And you'll watch this, you'll see how sharp those teeth are here in just a minute. She's like, I don't want to go back. We'll bring you back out, baby. Time to trim those claws.
I know. Come on, Rion.
They have a power grip. So they can actually hang in the trees. They can, if they pass away, they can actually hang on for up to 2 weeks after they've passed away because that grip is so incredibly strong. She's going to pull a rocket, they said. Yeah, I got it. You got it? Okay. She's going to go right onto her rope. And then she climbs right back to the top. All right, so Holly will stand right here in the window. Make sure you guys send in those gifts, those likes, bring us up in the algorithm.
And you know, I had to do those hot dogs. We haven't done them in a while.
Okay, actually, we're going to have you guys come in here. Hello. Hi. Hi, Kinky. Is that your leg or is that Aria's leg? Hi, Kinky. That's your leg. How are you sitting, you weird little fella? Kinky. Now, Kinky has moments of hormones, so I don't know what mood he is in. Hi, babies. Hi, Kinky.
So if you ever heard me talk about Yoda having a baby with a ferret, this is the animal we're referring to.
Hi, honey. He's letting me play with his foot. He's literally sitting up like that. Let me see if I can. Kinky. I gotta do one camera at a time, guys. Sorry. There's Kinky and his little foot. Hi, baby. And there's Aria in there too. Okay, we'll leave you alone. Those are kinkajous. These are probably, quite honestly, one of the most dangerous animals that we have out here. And the reason for that is they have a special bacteria in their teeth that if they bite you, you have to go in and go on antibiotics immediately. You can have a blood infection within 12 to 24 hours after getting bit by a kinkajou. So, that's Kinky. We don't show him very often because, like I said, they're nocturnal. So this is sleepy time for him. And we don't force our animals to come out. Now, if I would have touched his little toe and he would have peeked his little head out, fine. But he chose not to, and that's okay. They can get their sleep. But this one I am going to bug. This is Rion. Rion also came for the confiscation of sloths, with the confiscation of sloths. Did I say Rion? This is Ren. Ren is a giant armadillo who has already buried her water this morning. Ren. Now, the cool thing about armadillos is that you don't have to really worry about them getting water or drinking water because they absorb most of their moisture or their fluids through the soil that they walk on and their food. So, her water bowl sits on this paver right here, and she has already filled it with coconut coir. You stinker. Like that. And then I will fill this here in a minute. So, we've had her for about almost 6 years now. This was made especially for her. She loves to itch her back. And we have the same one that we're making for the sulcata tortoises also. But she'll run back and forth to scratch her little back. Now, she's not a 9-banded armadillo. The 9-banded armadillo is the ones that go into the ball. She can't do that. She's a burrowing armadillo. So how she stays safe is she'll dig really deep down to the ground, and that's how she stays away from things. Now, she does have somewhat of an armor on her, but it is not nearly strong enough to like withhold like what a 9-banded would. It's more kind of like your fingernail.
Is she a solitary animal?
She had a friend. Unfortunately, he did pass away. We don't know ages and stuff of animals when they come to us, but unfortunately he actually had a prolapse. And we went in and we did the medical procedures and tried to fix it, and it ended up not working. So it was really unfortunate, but she did have a mate. We don't have babies or anything out here, so we don't know if it was initially a breeding pair for the other facility or what. But she did have a friend at one time when she came to us. So, and she's a total sweetheart, and she actually is what made us go viral on TikTok. Was a video of her sleeping. It's one of the first videos we ever posted. Now, please know, I'm surprised it hasn't been said yet, she cannot carry leprosy. That's only the 9-banded. I was doing some research on that. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. The 9-band is the only one that carries it. So like,
and just because they carry it doesn't mean you're gonna get it.
Let's explain how carrying works. This is the biggest confusion that happens within the animal kingdom or world. Okay. Just because something can be a carrier of something, just like you can be a carrier of chickenpox, shingles, COVID, just because you can carry it does not mean that you actually have it. So what happens with Wren and why armadillo, or not Wren, but the 9-banded armadillo, is they have to be exposed. And I was reading the studies about the exposure level that has to happen for an armadillo to truly get leprosy. It's practically the amount of body fluid and stuff that the animal has to be exposed to actually get the disease, to transmit the disease, is extreme. It's also extreme the other way. So for them to actually pass leprosy if they have it, it's disgusting, the studies that you read of like how to get leprosy. You practically have to like lick the armadillo, and it has to have an open wound. I mean, it's pretty extreme. So it's the chance of you getting leprosy from an armadillo.
So you're saying if someone did get leprosy from armadillo, there's a lot more questions that need to be followed.
There's a lot of questions that come with that. Yeah, because they just don't normally just have it. Just same thing with rabies. Rabies is just transferred from one thing to another through saliva, bite, open wound. They have to be bit. That's why when you're bit by something that's rabid, you have to go get an extreme amount of injections. I would honestly probably just be dying, to be quite honest. My vet was like, have you got your rabies vaccination? I'm like, nope, I have not. Oh, Chloe, come. Here. Come. Good girl. Chloe, come. In. Okay.
So April says, so many animal myths. Love when Ashley debunks them. She needs to do a series like that.
Debunking animal myths? That'd be fun for Holly and I to do.
It would be.
Yeah. So then, I'd be like, Holly, explain this confiscation.
Yay!
So you guys keep asking what you're hearing in the background. You are hearing these crazies over here. So we have Mark right there. We have Elowen over there. Now we got a huge confiscation. That was 4 years ago.
Yeah, well, it was 3 because it was right after the termination.
We're talking about the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Elowen.
Yeah, that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we got a huge confiscation. It was a hoarding situation, and All Parent Rescue could only take some of them, so we took the others. And the gentleman ended up getting a lot of his birds back. 12 of his birds back. Out of how many, do you remember?
84.
Out of 84 birds, to kind of give him a chance to see if he can rectify his animal hoarding and poor quality of care for these guys. He didn't. So 3 years ago, we got a phone call from Animal Control saying that they needed to rehome 10 more birds. The other 2 had already passed away. So we do take in these guys who need homes. Parrots, people like them because they're pretty, but they don't realize that some species can live over 80 years. They're not great family pets. They kind of only really attach themselves to one person, become attack birds to everyone else. We have Bob over here, and then we have Millie, who is also part of that confiscation. We also have a couple surrenders. You all have met Gertie inside. She was supposed to be just a surrender, but she ended up being a rescue too because of the animal neglect that was happening. The lady wasn't out to do neglect. She just wasn't able to give her the proper care.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Elo.
Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi, Lark.
Hello. Elowen. L-O-N.
Oh, I didn't even see Cypress down below.
Yeah, Cypress. He's the devil bird. He is, man. He tries to get me every time, like L-O-N tries to get Jeremy.
So
Yeah.
each of us have birds that absolutely love us and birds that absolutely hate us. It's just kind of the luck of the draw. Birds are, you're special, huh? 'Cause it's really hard to read these guys.
That's her. I'm gonna kill you. Hi. Hello. Hi, hello.
So this is, for the most part, just a day run. It won't hold all our birds at the same time, so Jeremy does rotate them throughout the day, so they all get a chance to come out. When we do get reopened and or moved, we have this huge aviary that we plan on putting together finally, that'll house these guys.
Good dancing, hello. A scream's coming. I can feel it. All right. What is next?
What is next?
Oh, what is Bob?
Bob is a cross between a, what is he?
Scarlet
and a
blue and gold.
blue and gold.
Catalina.
That's the word, yeah.
This is not one that would be found in the wild. This is a man-made bird.
Ah.
Hybrid.
This is a GMO bird.
Hi.
Bob actually here is my worst bite out here, along with Ashley's worst bite out here. Huh. We kind of have that love-hate relationship. He only loves me when I hand him grapes or peanuts. And that's about it.
What bird dances the most?
Poppy. Poppy, 100%.
Hi, Millie.
Elo dances when she wants attention.
Hi,
but
you
Poppy
mean
is
little
by
bugger.
far our most... Millie always gets jealous when you flirt with Bob.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. I used to sing to Bob all the time and get him dancing, and then he met that turd. She's the meanest bird you will ever meet in your entire life. She is beautiful, but man, can she bite.
I feel like Angel's meaner than her.
Angel's actually nice to me now. But Millie, I cannot win Millie over at all. Millie hates me. Oh, thank you. There he goes. And let me tell you, Bob can fly.
Yes, he can. Look at all. I also feel like he is our biggest macaw.
He's beautiful. He really is a beautiful bird. Well, yeah, because he has that mix of scarlet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Gorgeous coloring. He's big, but with that big bird also comes big attitude.
yeah, Bob's a ferocious mongrel, man. He bit my dad. Oh, I remember it. He was out of his enclosure was taken out of his enclosure, and Dave was like, hey, put Bob back. And I'm like, man, I'm not a fan of birds. I haven't worked with them that much. I've only done birds of prey. I'm not big on parrots. And he was like, will you stop being a sissy lala and just go put the bird away?
That's how I got my first bite, mind you, as an intern.
And I was like, are you sure he's not going to bite me? He won't bite you. Just go grab him. I picked Bob up, and the moment I walked into that enclosure, he bit the living tar out of me. He bent my wedding ring almost into my finger.
Oh,
yeah.
mine was I was supposed to go get him to start the day. That day did not go very well.
Yeah. Bob can fly.
Trauma.
Yeah. It's amazing what trauma can do to you, isn't it?
Ah, it's crazy.
All right, we're going to end on Max and Kokomo, and then we will be back. So we'll be on here for 10 more minutes, and then we'll be back about 1 o'clock to resume another live here. So you can join us there, and it's 1 Pacific Standard Time.
I always get caught on that.
I know. Hi, buddy. Why are you so excited, you crazy?
Because I haven't come in here to say hi yet.
Oh, that's right. I let him out.
Oh, no.
Hi, baby.
So this is Max. He is our, I can't believe he's 10.
I know.
Our 10-year-old gray wolf. So wolves are so incredible. They're so important to that ecosystem. They're considered keystone species, which means just being them, they provide life to so many other species. So these guys, they can hear a man up to 10 miles away. They can smell a man up to a mile away. Their bite force is pretty dang hard. There's been some debate on whether their actual bite force, the actual PSI, so I don't want to say that until I've done a little more research on that.
There's a lot of myths.
Yes, there's a lot of myths out there, and we have to pick through all that information and make sure we find credible information before we actually give it to you.
Are you that excited? How long do wolves live?
See, in the wild, I'm sorry, Mamas, he pushed me. They live about 2 to 6 years, but in captivity, they can get up to 18, 19 years old. Gray wolves are bigger, so they tend to only live about 14, 15.
Are you, go ahead.
But gray wolves, they are basically, I don't want to say it, top dog. There are 38 different subspecies of that gray wolf, so they all come off of this, and that includes the British Columbia black wolf, that includes your domesticated dog, our Arctic wolves. But with new DNA testing, they're actually figuring out there's not 38 different subspecies, there's only 4. There's not enough genetic difference between the different subspecies to consider that many different subspecies. So our British Columbia black wolves are actually going to be classified as gray wolves of black variation. Huh.
So, sorry. Are you afraid that they're going to turn aggressive on you?
No. He's just a very talkative, grumbly guy. He's my boy and always gets very, very excited. Wolves are great because they do give you multiple warnings before they do turn on you. And if you don't listen to those warnings, it's kind of your fault.
Oh, yeah, it is. Why do they have collars?
So these guys have collars because they like to go for walks. We actually transfer them from an enclosure to enclosure because this is our big day run. So all our wolves get a chance to come out here, run some of that energy off. These guys are in here most of the time just because they're old and they deserve it.
They're getting near the end of life.
They are, and this is when I kind of start spoiling our animals.
To an extreme. They're always spoiled, but this is like, well, I gave Max 3 ground beef balls, and I only gave them 2 because...
Hey, they were an extra. Oh, you mean you have that T-bone steak? There's 2 of them?
That was for him. How old are they?
So Max is 10 years old. Cocoa is 14. You show them all your strength. You show them.
You spread that scent, little buddy.
So that kickback isn't to cover their
Arju's
scent.
good.
They actually spread it.
Oh, you're so talkative. You're so ferocious.
They do bicker over that attention, as you can hear. So these guys, let's just talk about it. The trophic cascade. So the trophic cascade basically shows how life is, all of life, all the environment is affected by one particular thing. So you have your top down and your bottom up trophic cascade. One of the most studied top down trophic cascades is in Yellowstone. So due to centuries of eradication, the U.S. only had about 668 wolves left in the Minnesota area. Yellowstone was devastated. They had no apex predators in there. So back in '95, we decided to put wolves back where we took them out. So we took some wolves from Canada, we put them into Yellowstone. Now, 5 years later is when we truly saw the difference of what wolves can do. Due to no predators, your ungulate populations, your deer, your elk, your moose, your bison were overgrazing the park. There wasn't suitable habitat for any other creature. And those ungulates are actually starving out in the wintertime because they don't really regulate themselves when it comes to expanding that population. So there wasn't even food for them. Within 5 years, these guys are able to control that population size, keep them to certain areas of the park. Now, the rivers in Yellowstone really weren't rivers. They were more like mud flats because there was no vegetation to stabilize that riverbanks. Now, with the ungulates to a certain area of the park and population numbers brought down, vegetation was finally able to start growing, which stabilized those riverbanks, which allowed clean running water to run through Yellowstone for the first time in so many years. Now, with that, brought back beavers, songbirds. It even brought back the grizzly bears, because believe it or not, grizzly bears, yes, they can hunt, but they're more of those scavenger type hunting. So they will actually go and eat off the carcasses when wolves are done with things. So even those apex predators were wiped out of Yellowstone when we took the wolves out. So these guys really bring balance into nature, and they're really important. Huh.
Are you concerned about them getting the chain stuck in each other's mouths?
No.
They don't wrestle like dogs, guys. They don't do that whole Chihuahua. They don't do that. Their collars are also so loose on them that they can just literally just pull right off. So this is the only way that they'll just come right off.
And these guys are older, so their playtime really isn't a thing.
Yeah, what you just saw, that's as good as it gets.
The extent of it, huh? Now these guys, I was talking about ungulates regulating their population size. They don't do it. Ungulates just continue breeding until there's not enough food and the mom dies out. Wolves, they don't do it consciously, but biologically, if there's not enough resources for them to carry for puppies, they will skip ovulation that year. So they really do regulate their own population.
You tell him, Coco. You tell him. Those are your attentions.
You tell him.
Mama. So our 14-year-old girl is that girl right there, and then this is our 10-year-old boy. No, the collars don't pull on their fur.
No.
We actually pay for quality collars versus you do get what you pay for when it comes to collars and stuff with dogs. So we only have the best for them. So and that's very important when you're looking at collars for your dogs.
That was my foot you took over. So Max is my main.
No. He's trying to tip over the garbage can.
Oh my god, a little Chihuahua.
How long do they live in the wild and captivity?
So in the wild, they live 2 to 6 years. It's kind of a harsh life out there. In captivity, you can get them up to 18, 19 years old. Your grays tend to live more about that 14, 15, just because they are larger. What's weird is all canines, the larger they are, the shorter their lifespan. And they don't know why. Physiologically, they should be able to live as long as an elephant and things like that, but they don't.
It really makes sense that the wolves would be the thing to help regulate wildlife.
Exactly. All apex predators do. And even your singular blade of grass, that actually is a bottom-up trophic cascade. Without that grass, there's no ungulates, which means there's no wolves. So it goes back and forth. They all have to they work with each other to create that perfect ecosystem. Sadly, we think we know what's best, and we mess with it, and we've learned time and time again to just not mess with the ecosystem. Let it do what it does.
How many species and subspecies of wolves do we have?
So, like we have here in the property?
Yeah.
We have 3 different species. We have our gray wolves, and we have our Arctic wolves, and we have our British Columbia black wolves here. Which, with new DNA testing, technically our black wolves will be listed as gray wolves with black variation. But our Arctic wolves are still going to be that subspecies.
Says don't fix something that isn't broken.
Exactly.
We break it, and then they have to fix it.
It's like me when I go, Jeremy. I tried.
Fix it, please. Fix it. I broke it. Max, you're being super lovey today. Yes, you are.
Mama, come here.
We do. We love wolves too. Our goal is to teach people of how essential these guys are in the ecosystem. Just like snakes, everything plays a part in the ecosystem.
They do. I may not be fond of snakes, but they are very important.
Yeah.
Spiders, I let them live.
Now, I used to not. Before it was like, spider, kill it. Now that I've been working in conservation and stuff for so long, now I'm a little bit more friendly.
If it's in my bedroom in the middle of the night, it dies.
Yeah, true. I mean, that.
But the rest of the time, I have always just like, go out.
Holly, there's always an exception to the rule.
There is. This guy is, look at all that hair, is dying because he doesn't have this anymore from guests.
I know, he misses it.
17 months of being neglected.
No guests coming through.
It's like when the propane guy shows up, he gets super excited. He's like, someone new.
Did they come yet today?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was at the top of my head, so that's what popped up.
Yeah, we want to thank Feral Gas for always being so kind to us and giving us a little bit of a discount on the propane, but it still was about $2,800 to fill our tank today. So, does the county realize the harm that they're causing the animals with not allowing visitors?
So unfortunately, conservation starts young, and if you don't get that conservation young, you don't realize the harm you're doing. That's the only excuse I can give to them because they don't really know what's going on.
Right. There is a process too that has to be had when it comes to permitting and county and all that kind of stuff. And though we've been brought through the ringer, in my opinion, quite a bit, I don't think that, yeah, it is a lot of money. I don't necessarily think it was intentional, but I don't know. So
we're trying to stay positive here.
We are trying to stay positive. Is it because you matter?
What we're doing is so important because studies have shown conservation starts young. So if you're in your early 20s trying to learn about conservation, unless you're truly passionate about it, you're not going to think twice. But when you're younger and you learn about it, it's always going to be in the back of your mind. It's something you learned. Hi, Mom.
Look at this. So she's losing. She might bite Holly, but this is...
She won't. Hi, Mom. She'll lick me to death, but she...
You're gonna cause drama.
And that's when I get up because she likes to step on him.
Hi, bud. Her tail is shedding so bad.
Have fun with Dad. Did you step on him? Did you step on him? Thank you. Thank you.
She does this new thing though where she does try to like flea bite your face.
I know. Trust me, I know.
Oops. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm a hunter, but I was also brought up. Yeah, okay, so we be very, very, very clear. We are not against our hunters.
Nope, not at all.
Do you want to go into that of how hunters are one of the biggest contributors to conservation? Yeah.
Trophy hunting, I'm not too fond of, but when you're hunting to feed your family, because I have uncles who hunt, and trust me, when they offer me some venison, I jump on that.
Yes, we're doing the 5K matching right now. We're just trying to enjoy the day with animals and not beg for money today.
Can I get that out of your eye? Thank you. There we go. It's out of your eye now.
No, it won't hurt them to pluck them at all. The hair is dead. You can actually see the discoloration in the tail. It literally just falls out. It just needs that little extra help you can see on that side. Cocoa.
In the wild, they'd be actually rubbing up against trees and rocks and things to get that winter coat off.
Come here, love bug. Can I pluck that right there? It's driving me crazy. Can I pluck right here? It's driving me nuts. Yeah, so you guys can... She's trying to ruin Max's fun. Anyway, Holly and I are going to take a quick recess here. We're going to take a quick break. There's Holly plucking right in the wind direction. Blow the other way, please, wind. Go. She needs it done. It's fine. Yeah, see, it just comes. There's no pulling it. It literally just comes out.
I just hold it and she walks away. You can go see your mama.
Yeah, if they don't hunt animals, they will overpopulate and starve to death. That's very accurate. But here's what's happening right now. Because we are taking out all the predators, we are allowing things to become overpopulated to where the hunters can't keep up. And when the hunters do get their kill, the meat's
not quality.
Yeah, the meat's bad.
It's something they can't eat. Where these guys, when they did that reintroduction program into Yellowstone, they noticed they were only targeting a certain part of this herd. And when they finally got some carcasses,
She doesn't dig at all anymore.
Huh?
Go ahead. I'm just answering questions while you do it.
They did some DNA testing and found out that particular part of the herd had a bone cancer. These guys could smell it and were taking it out of that herd. They literally make the ungulate herds stronger by going after the old, the sick, the weak, and the young. Whereas a hunter, you just like, oh look, there's one, and you shoot it and you don't know if it's sickly or if it's good. So there's studies done where if there's apex predators, hunters typically get better quality kills when they're hunting. Whereas if there's no apex predators, it's a gamble. You don't know if you're going to get a sickly one or if you're going to get a good one.
So when we come back, guys, we are going to have an alligator for you. We will be back in about 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So join us then. I'm going to have my salad, and then we will be back at it. So we'll see you here in about a half hour, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.